Hi, I'm going to be showing you the website that you can use for your classroom for some study skills and for some games that you can play as a class. It's called Quizlet. And when you go on Quizlet, you can just sign in and make yourself an account. It's free to use. It also has a paid version though that is $34.99 a month, and that way you won't get any ads and you get some more tracking data that essentially that can be useful as a teacher to see how your students are doing with their studying, what they've been studying, how well they did on it, and they can kind of use that as some maybe even formative type assessments to see how well your students are understanding the material that you've set up for them. One of the first things you can do is you can go in and you can create a class, and here you could name your class and give a description of it, and that would be under your name, and you could go to have different things set up for different classes. But then otherwise you can go under create, and here you can create a new study set. With this you can label it however you want. You can type in anything new that you want. If you want to, you can search, and let's say you're looking for second grade vocabulary. And you could search through there and see if there were terms that were the same as the ones that you wanted, and they may already have pictures with them. So you can do that, and then you can always, like if you picked one, say we picked this one, you can always go through that then, and you can change or add or to what they have. You can make it fit what you need it to. But you can also import your own. So if you want to import here, like I could open up, I want this stuff about Little Red Riding Hood in that book that we're reading in class. So if I just copy and paste this, I can put that right in here. And now if you look down here, you see like, oh, well, it's not showing these as a term and a definition. But I have used a different thing. So I can go over here to custom and show it what I use to show the differences between there. And then it will just put them in there like that. And I can import them over. So now I've got that already in, and I can add more if I would like to. You can add pictures. So like, oh, here we can add, I want Little Red Riding Hood, and I want a picture of the grandmother, and I want a picture of the big bad wolf. So they make it really easy to add in pictures and things like that on here too. Once you get it all set, I can say here, you can title it So Little Red Riding Hood, that's the category we're studying and learning about. Here it says who it's visible to, and you can have it everyone, or you can make it just pertain to your class, or you could do people with a password, so you could make a password so that you just give your students the password and it's not open to everybody. So we're going to do people with password, put a password in there. Now I have to give my students a password, and they'll be able to do that. So once I hit create, oh, I forgot to choose a language, it says. Here we go, choose a language. English, there we go. Now I can create my set, and now I can have my students use this, and they can go through and read these. There's a learning thing that you can set up on here, so they have to go through and practice. There's options down here, so you can do answer with the term or the definition. You can do set up which types of questions they'll be asked. That way you can have them do that, and if once they're answering, they'll tell them right away if they're right or not. And if they are wrong, let's say they answer the wrong one, it will show you what the correct answer should have been. And then when you go back, it will show on here how they did. And it will do that for all of these. Then when you want to, if you are using the free version, you can have them share it with you if you use Remind or Google Classroom, or they can email it to you. That way you can kind of get a look at what they're doing. Or if you're using the paid version, you should be able to get that information sent through on your, when you go on each classroom, it'll show you which the students are doing. With some of the sets that they already have in there, here it says you need 6 items to do a live one. But on live, they'll take and will automatically group your students into, put them into groups so that you can play a game with the groups, or you can have the choice to group them yourself. And then in those games, then each student only gets a few of the, like on here, it's the Quizlet Live customizations. Each student who is in Quizlet Live will be given only several of the correct answers, so they have to work together and talk to each other in order to make the correct choice for that game. So it's pretty easy to use. It's got a lot of different ways for them to practice and study, and I like the fact that if you do have the subscription to it for the year, that you do get all that tracking information sent to you so you can see which students are struggling with the information you've set up. And that could be just a handy way to go about making some study material for the students in class. Thank you.